everyone, this is my TPOT 18 review. I did have a reaction, however, by the time I recorded that, it was 11 p.m, it was really hot, and there was a very loud fan that would have made everything I say inaudible. So, here I am making my review. I have some notes on my phone to just help me out if I need to find something to talk about that I may have missed, and we'll just get straight into it. I did not like TPOT 18 that much. It felt a lot like TPOT 11, however, less justified to exist. Because with TPOT 11, at least you had the build-up of the last few stingers just kind of leading up to the moment of TPOT 11, and then that episode just ended up not being anything special. And then this episode's kind of the same, except I don't think it ever justified its existence. It didn't really build upon any of the characters like TPOT 11, and that kind of bummed me out a lot because we haven't seen these guys in a long time. I'll start off with just everything I liked. What did I like? I liked how the episode looked visually overall. The yellow face gag, and also the remix of the Flowers song from BFB 20. I'm gonna go check right now. It was BFB 27. Flowers song from BFB 27 had a remix, and I thought that was pretty cute. Other than that, this episode kind of sucked. I think the beginning of the episode is really confusing because they really quickly set up the whole challenge thing, and you just had to kind of take in the wire stuff, and then also what they were doing in general. Like, 4 just kind of says find the credit card and you win. I had to think about that for a few seconds, like, win what? What are you winning? Are you winning the card? I feel like it's obvious that it's the card, but they never they never outright say that. They just Blocky says it halfway through the episode, and I guess they just expect you to know that that's what they're talking about. I won't blame them if that's just me being not really comprehending the episode that very well, but to be fair, the start of the episode is really quick. They just kind of gather everyone around without any setup, and you just don't get to see a lot of the characters really speak. As for what the characters are doing, I don't really care about the Lollipop's credit card stuff, and I think making that the focus of the entire episode is just kind of stupid. I would have preferred if the episode was just about catching up with the post-splitters, just seeing what they've been doing. I don't need Lollipop's credit card to be the main plot of the entire episode, because then that just makes other characters kind of irrelevant. They focused on Lollipop, Blocky, and Taco, of course, because for some reason they're the main guys doing the episode. But with other characters like Woody and Spongy, they didn't do anything, at all. They didn't do anything meaningful, and I didn't really care about any of their scenes at all. And then you also had Loser, who was more relevant near the end of the episode, and while I would have preferred both Winner and Loser kind of moved on from each other, I think it was pretty inevitable for Winner and Loser to meet up again. I could say I'm looking forward to whatever they have in store, but to be honest, I think I'm at the point where I can't really trust the Teapot Riders to do stuff I'm really happy with, and that's kind of a shame. I thought that they've been having a pretty okay track record for a while, but the last few episodes with the story bits they've been trying to do have not had a lot of hits for me. I think a lot of them have been big misses, which is very unfortunate. Speaking of that, I don't think they did anything with Match and Bubble, at all. For some reason, they made the whole thing be about Bubble trying to learn to speak up earlier or something. I could be misinterpreting it, but my main issue with it is that they didn't build on anything. They didn't resolve it in any way, shape, or form, because Bubble and Match they haven't talked at all. They didn't talk about it. They didn't have Match and Bubble talk about what happened. Match is just kind of you're not mad at me, are you? And Bubble's no. But then Bubble in present is oh, maybe I should do something. I'm assuming that's what Bubble was doing, wanting to do something about it. But then at the end of the episode, you don't have Bubble or Match talk about anything about what happened. And that's that was the bare minimum I thought they were gonna do. Not just brush it aside, because that's what they did. And I don't know, I'm assuming that they have more in store between those two, and if they don't, then what's the point? Then what was the point of having Madge appear to Bubble and Ruby, have that be set up in 2 episodes, and then just do nothing with that. It feels so pointless now. It feels really annoying that they barely did anything with them because, oh yeah, I haven't even pointed this out. They kind of made Bubbles' development a montage. It was really confusing and kind of annoying. When I was watching it, I was like, oh, they're doing something, but like they didn't. Like Bubble just kind of stood up to Blocky and then died. Like, okay, sure, yeah, whatever. Who cares? I don't care about that. What does it matter? Is there anything else? I guess there's also the balloony stuff. Which is like, maybe they're gonna, maybe that's where they're taking TPOT 19. Oh yeah, also they did have four find out about one, I think. So we'll see how that ends up in TPOT 19. Overall, I just didn't really see a point to this episode. I think I would have preferred it if it was more like BFDI 13, where it's just kind of them hanging around, you know? That's it. I forgot to talk about Flour and Gelatin. Oh, they were okay. Yeah, that's it. I don't really have anything else to say. This episode wasn't great. If they wanted to make an episode before the meetup episode, I think I'm fine with that. But I just didn't like it, and that's okay. Fingers crossed that I do like TPOT 19. I just think this episode is a very hard miss. Yeah, thanks for watching. I do have a video planned for next week, and that's going to be on the more positive side since this video and the last video haven't been really positive. So yeah, just look out for that. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.